Famous Brands owns a range of restaurants as well as food services operation, manufacturing sauces, patties, cheese, chips and other items.
That's the important thing. So we know all of their brands, right? And they keep buying new things almost every week, but it's all of the business at the back end of that supplies stuff, which is going to be where the margin jack-up comes from.
Market cap 14.7 billion rand, a PE here of 20.7 and a dividend yield of 1.5%. What do you say to your clients when they ask you about Famous Brands?
I wish we'd got into this an awful lot earlier. It's a wonderful company. And you know, I think a lot of people, because it's very visible, you see their stores everywhere, okay? But they don't realize that what Paul's been talking about, the logistical side of things, the food services side, which they used to euphemistically refer to as the kitchen, out there in Midrand, and they've got quite a few of them, other ones around the country. I mean, they're doing a phenomenal job in supplying so many stores here and into the rest of Africa, by the way, you know? So this is a tremendous exercise in logistics.
Where did we get into this one, Paul? Do you remember?
No, we've owned it for a long time, since it was about 12 rands a share, and we haven't owned it in the portfolio that long, but now it's at 140 something, although it used to be at 170. It's been quite volatile lately.
There's the share price graph.
Sort of stepped up a bit. You know, there was that deal where they bought that thing called the Gourmet Burger Company in the UK, which looks quite attractive, and that will give them some foreign earnings, and they timed that quite well. But I just want to come back to this kitchen, as Chris calls it. So the original kitchen in Midrand has been significantly supplemented in the following fashion. They bought a tomato concentrate plant down in Kucha. They bought a cheese plant in the same area down there in the Kucha area, that's PE. Then they put in a cold storage distribution facility in Crown Mines and a dry goods facility where things don't have to be chilled, and that's in Longmeadow.
So this is all with the intent of a central distribution.
They bought a meat processing business called Cater Chain, and then they added that to some other bits and pieces. So now they really are doing a lot of that. Oh, and then Lambert's Bay Foods, which is the place where they make fried chips, potato chip things down there, and they bought that from Oceana. So you can see what they're really looking to do is to supply basically everything.
So that it comes, as I said, the central distribution model to all of their different outlets.
And that means they can make margin on each and everything that goes across the group. So when you're at the Wimpy, that's the word I'm looking for.
What do you think's happened to him today?
Sorry, that was an intentional joke.
Was it? Oh, okay, I see. Sorry. I'm just going with the fact that you can't speak today.
But steers, blah, 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 all that stuff, you know, it's coming from their own stores.
Hot or not? You want to add to this one? We haven't actually said anything.
There's not much
Famous Brands. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you out of the conversation.
You know, the only thing that might hinder them a little bit is acquisition growth, because there's not an awful lot left here. But, you know, they've got a new CEO guy called Darren Healy, and he's been understudying Kevin Hedderwick for a long time. It's been a seamless transition.
Oh, you two are on fire today.
And yeah, look, I think that this is a fantastic company. It's only going to go from strength to strength. Very hot indeed.
Okay, there we go. We're hot. Paul, you want to add anything else?
I don't know. I guess the only thing that could cause one pause for concern, that doesn't sound right.
Are you doing this purposefully or intentionally at this stage?
Is that the South African consumer isn't necessarily rocking at this point. So
finally, you take a cue from me.
What will sales be like, you know, across the board? The Tasha's end might be okay, but then on the other hand, the Debonair's part of the business might battle a bit. And there is that sort of overview issue. They want to bring back some of these luxury brands like Mexican Salsa Grill, and
because they believe that the upper
and
LSM consumer to be more defensive. Would you like to revise your very hot? You still hot despite consumer pressure?
This is a momentary pause, the pause that refreshes.
Hot. We're very hot.
And there's
Chris.
also the by word of mouth thing, you know, the business they bought from Corin Short, which is going to get them into that whole prepared food things. Not that big in this country yet, but people will, I think, in time, particularly those sort of, you know, dual income, no kids types families that are far too busy to cook, they will need to get into the by word of mouth.
No, or dual income with kids that have to feed their kids.
People
those are actually, those are the better ones to actually target. Believe
but they don't
me,
have
I know.
any money, you see, so you've got to strike a balance.
Or go to school fees. Hot or not? Hot or not?
For sure hot. We like this one.